Good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Me First Mornings. I am your host and energy alchemist, Patricia Rivera-Wolfson, and I'm here to motivate and inspire you to create a daily routine that helps you, number one, calibrate and elevate your energy. Number two, connect with your inner guidance. And number three, navigate challenges with ease and grace. And Lord, don't we need that for sure. So while we are watching, if you are here right now watching live, or if you're watching the replay, say hi. And don't forget to go to my YouTube channel and please subscribe at Me First Mornings. So go to YouTube, just type in at Me First Mornings. You'll see me and ding that little notification bell so that you can be informed whenever I go live, which is usually Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. So I'm excited about today because it is the holiday special, the end of year special, and I'm wearing my fabulous, hold on, let's see here, can you guys see it? I'm wearing my fabulous Christmas sweater because why not? And I'm kind of excited, and it's been like quite a year. So much to reflect on, so much to think about. It's been a lot. 2022, I feel like it went by in a flash. I don't know about you guys, but I really feel like it went by super, super quickly. I'm definitely ready for 2023. I don't know about you. Show of hands, little emoji, drop an emoji if you're ready for the end of 2022 and excited for 2023. Let me know. Okay, in the meantime, this is an important reminder, as this is the last episode of 2022 for Me First Mornings, to don't forget to make sure you download your free guide, the Calibrate Your Energy Quick Reference Guide, which includes how to calibrate your energy. I don't know if you guys can see it. There we go. How to calibrate your energy, the Me First Mornings ritual, which then you can do when I'm not doing the show. You can have a little reference guide so that you can remember what we do together. The quick GPS activity, daily ABCs, and a simple guide to managing stress, which, who doesn't need that? So if you're missing me while I'm gone and on hiatus and during this holiday break, then feel free to go to bit.ly at Me First Mornings, and you will find a free quick reference guide so that you can sort of start applying the Me First Mornings tips and strategies, things that I use myself every day to navigate, challenges, to navigate the feeling of overwhelmingness. Everything feels so daunting and you have so many responsibilities and so much going on. It's hard to catch your breath sometimes. And really, the practices that I have incorporated into my life, which are the practices that I share here on Me First Mornings, have really helped me navigate all those life challenges. As you guys know, it's been a rough year for myself and my family. But even in that roughness, even in those challenges, we have really made the effort to appreciate the little moments, appreciate as much as possible in our daily life, right? It's not about always, I talk about making the best of it, right? And it is making the best of it. No matter what's going on in your life, you want to make the best of it because you don't really have a choice. You could be miserable, and sometimes being miserable and allowing yourself to feel miserable is making the best of it. It's witnessing your emotions. It's allowing yourself to feel disappointment or any of the sort of emotions that typically get tagged as negative. You're allowed to feel those things. They're emotions. You feel them. Perfectly normal, and in line with whatever it is that you're feeling. And they're an indicator of your connection to your inner guide, right? It is an indicator of your connection to God and the universe. Because if you are in trust, if you are in sort of bliss, if you are in, happiness, if you are in connection, right? You feel that connection, you feel safe, everything feels better, right? So if you are not feeling better, then it's not that there is anything wrong, but you're just a little disconnected from your true self. And that's easy for us to get disconnected. It's easy for us to lose sight of who we really are and what your true power is as a human, in this physical vessel, but as a spiritual being. So as a spiritual being in this physical vessel, you have power that you don't even realize. And it's when we lose sight of that power, when we get disconnected from that power, that we feel loss and despair and overwhelm and anxiety and all those things, because we're losing trust, we're losing the connection, we're losing that, that flow, really. Hello, good morning. Good morning, Mom. Happy Friday, Veronica. Totally. Nice to see you here. Okay. So let's start by doing our Me First Morning ritual right this moment, and then I'm going to just go right in and do some card pulling. We're going to talk about the energy of the end of the year, what we need to do to really let go and release anything from 2022. If that's something, maybe you have another question, maybe like what you need to do to step into 2023 more fully, right? More authentically, because that's what we want. Really, that's the key and the secret to everything. And the way humanity is evolving right now is the importance of authenticity, right? Humanity is evolving in a way that you can no longer be inauthentic and untrue to yourself and disconnected from who you truly are, because things just start to fall apart, because we can no longer sort of hold the facade of just getting through things or just managing or just thriving. That we need to let go of those I'm just going to get through it, right? Of course, when life hands you some really big challenges, then yes, you have to just get through it. But we want to change that energy, and we want to plant the seeds of a strong, solid, secure foundation for which we can grow, right? We want a foundation that will nurture our growth, that will nourish our evolution as individuals and as humans on this planet. Everything is changing. Whether you believe in woo-woo stuff or not, it really doesn't matter. Things are changing around us. And if you really start to pay attention to the signs, to the symbols, you are being led down the path of your least resistance, of your happiness, of your bliss, of your connection, and of your purpose. So pay attention to what's happening around you. Pay attention to the things that flow easily, and also pay attention to the things that you feel blocked by or that doesn't flow. One of the things that I talk about so much, and I don't know if you really understand, and I don't know how much I've talked about it here on this show, but certainly if you're a client of mine, and most definitely if you're a friend of mine, I talk a lot about like the resistance of things, right? The resistance to things. And sometimes we're like, there's a block or things aren't going in the way that we want, right? And in the personal development community, of course, we've been told, we've been instructed that we are co-creators of our reality. And so that if it's not going well, it's sort of like our fault. And there is some truth to that, in that we can influence the things that come our way, but we cannot really control the things that show up for us all the time. And even if we could, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you can control it, because when you're in it, all you need to do is react and come up with a solution, or move forward, or just accept what is. And that's the energy that I encourage you to do, is to move forward in trust. And that's really what we want to do, is we want to move forward in trust. Okay. Let's do our Me First Morning ritual, and then we will pull some cards. Okay, here we go. All right, light the candle. Here we go. Some essential oils. Okay. All right. So after this, of course, our next step, and I like to use this reminder every single day, any of these steps that we do with the Me First Mornings, from the lighting of the candle to the essential oils to the deep breaths to the stretching, All of that can be used by itself, right, in a moment of panic or overwhelm or anxiety, or you can use it as its complete ritual at any time of day. Just because I call it Me First Mornings doesn't mean you only do it in the mornings. You can do it at any time of day that you need to regulate your emotions, that you need to find connection with spirit, or when you receive some, terrible news or something happens and you feel disconnected from source, or you feel abandoned, or you feel all the things that we do when we're sad and depressed and feel like kind of our odds are stacked against us. I encourage you to practice the Me First Morning ritual as much as possible, because it really does help bring me back to that sort of neutral place where then I can move forward from a place of trust. And from a place that connects me back to my GPS word, which is what we want, right? What is that GPS word for you today? You can think about it while we take some deep breaths. We're going to do 3 of these. I grab my crystal spheres because I like how they amplify the experience. I need you to put your feet well planted on the ground, and we're going to take a deep breath. And as you breathe in, you're going to count to 5. Then you're going to hold that breath for 5 seconds, and then we're going to release for 10. And we do this because when your exhale takes longer than your inhale, you are regulating your body. You are basically letting your body know, hey, we're okay, no problem, right? Because when you do that sort of short breathing, which we do pretty much all the time, right? But that can lead to your body's sort of physiological response of thinking that you're under stress, right? Because when we're like, but if you're relaxed, your breath is more like, so that signals to the body that you're relaxed, which is a way for you to hack becoming relaxed or grounded or neutral so that you can make a clear decision, or so that you can at the very least connect with spirit for further guidance in how to move next. Okay, so feet planted on the ground. I want you to imagine that the top of your head just opens up and allows that beautiful liquid sunshine to pour in. That is the life force energy coming into your body, and your feet planted well on the ground, feeling the support from Mother Earth. And I want you to just imagine that light fills your entire body and just goes and permeates every single cell. 300 trillion cells or something that we have, okay? And they're just filled with this light. And this light is so powerful that it dissolves and dissipates anything that doesn't serve you, any stuck, stagnant, or dense energy. And with your exhale, you're going to release what doesn't serve you. All right, let's do that together now. Breathe in, counting for 5, hold for 5, and release for 10. Here we go. And hold. And release. Beautiful. Okay, one more time. Breathe in for 5, hold for 5, and release for 10. And hold. And release. All right, last one. Let's make it count. Really deep breath. And we're going to do it for 5 seconds. Hold for 5 and release for 10. Let's go. And hold. And release. Beautiful. All right. Now we're going to do a little stretching and continue to release those tense parts of your body, which are really just holding on to trapped energy. And we want to release it. And if you're feeling like real discomfort or pain, you want to breathe into it, right? And just stretch it. And then you stretch it as you exhale to kind of like really release that stuck energy. You can do that I usually just do my neck here on the show. If you're at home, and of course, you're not bound to like a screen to show anybody what you're doing, you stretch all the parts of your body that you need. You can do a yoga routine if you need. You can take as long as you want with each one of these elements of the Me First ritual, because really it is about building something, a practice that you can continue to follow through and that resonates with you and that does for you what you want it to do, right? Which I would hope that you use this practice to help you connect, to help you find peace, and to help you make clearer decisions connected to your inner guidance. All right, so now after we do the stretching, we shake it out, we shake it out, shake it out. Beautiful. Okay, so now what we were going to do is we're going to call in our spiritual support team and ask for help for today for us to embody our intentions. So take a moment to think about what are your intentions for today. And you may want to set the intentions for the holiday, which we've been talking about. You may want to set the intention for 2023, whatever you want to set the intention for. What is the feeling you want? Is it the feeling of peace? Is it the feeling of relaxation? Is it the feeling of accomplishment? Is it the feeling of productivity? Is it the feeling of nurturing? Is it nourishment? Is it connection? Whatever it is for you, what you want most. And I want you to think about it in terms of the feeling. Maybe what you want most is freedom, the freedom to do whatever the hell you want and however the hell you want to, right? Maybe you want freedom from judgment, right? Maybe you want to be able to function without thinking twice about what people are thinking or saying, right? In which case, maybe it's, what you want is like that feeling of autonomy or that feeling of self-actualization. You figure out what is that feeling that you want? What does it mean to you? What does it look like? And then you set that intention and we call in for support to help make it happen. All right. So here we go. Divine Mother, Infinite Father, Creator, Ascended Masters, ancestors, spirit guides, and all beings of 100% pure white light, allow me to be a clear and open channel of your light and love without hesitation or ego. May the highest vibration of love and light connect with my higher self and release any and all things that no longer serve me. I ask that Saint Germain and his infinitely powerful violet flame burn away the things that no longer serve myself or humanity and hold us back from our divine existence. Help us to embody our intentions for the day and help us raise the collective vibration for the highest and greatest good of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, and so it is. All right, time to pull a card. I brought my tarot deck today because it's fun. And it's the This Might Hurt tarot deck. And seeing as I find that 2022 pretty much sucked, I thought it was an appropriate deck for us to pull from to ask our guides, and I've been trying to simmer here with the idea of like, what do I really want to know? What do I want to tell you? What do we want to know? Coming into 2023. And so I think the first question that I'm going to ask is, what exactly is the energy with which we are to expect for 2023? So let's find out what's the energy coming in for 2023 that we need to be aware of. And then the next question is, what do we need to know or take care of in 2022 to be ready for the coming year? Okay, so those are the two questions I'm going to ask. Those are the cards that I'm going to pull. And let's see what the oracle cards, the tarot cards have to say about this. The This Might Hurt deck, which I love. This deck, I think I've brought it on the show before, maybe one time, is by the extremely talented Isabella Rotman. Okay, and here's the deck that I use. It's really cool. There's like different versions of this deck. More colorful, box, but I thought this was great. And it's actually colored by Addison Duke, just so that you know. And this deck is really awesome because it's really diverse bodies. It's LGBTQ friendly. So, it doesn't really, there are some, masculine and feminine traits that the tarot refers to. But Isabella really tries to keep it as non-binary as possible, so that everybody feels represented and included in this deck. And I really, really like it. All right, so guides, tell me, what energy can we expect coming in for 2023? I'd really like to know. So let's see. I'm going to pull one card for this and just see what the energy is. And then I'm going to probably read it, and then I'm going to interpret it, and then we'll see what comes next. All right. Here we go. Ooh, okay. So the Hermit, right? This is a 9, number 9 card. Okay, so here we go. We're learning the tarot together. Can you guys see it? Oh, it's so annoying. Number 9. So number 9 is an awesome number, and I'm going to read to you from the deck, from Isabella's description, what the numbers mean, okay? So number 9 is, 9s are about fruition, right? So things are coming together, you're maturing, though the result may not be what you want, right? And this makes sense. This really makes sense because I do believe that we're approaching the end of this cycle that began in 2020, and it's a cycle of challenge and transformation, right? Because whenever there's whenever there's transformation, think about like life, human life, right? Kids grow up, right? And then all of a sudden they hit, like 11, 12, 13, and then puberty hits, right? And there's a huge transformation, and they transform physically, right? But they transform mentally and emotionally. They become a little bit more independent. They're coming into their own. They're becoming more connected to themselves and separating from, the outside expectations, right? The external expectations of parents, of teachers, which is still very much present, but there is this development of independence, of like that they are, independent thinkers, and they realize that it's like, wait a second, I am my own person. I can make my own decisions. I have my own consequences. And that is a huge transformation for all of us, something that every single human that, has survived beyond puberty has gone through that change. And we don't really pay much attention to how challenging it is because everybody goes through it. But when you really think about what you go through during that time, it's a lot. There's a lot going on. You feel stressed and anxious, and you're trying to fit in, and you don't know who you are. And, and really when you think about it, I believe that that's what we're going through right now. Humanity is going through puberty, right? And if you think about the way humanity has functioned up until now, right, in terms of history, right, it's been very sort of, base emotions, right? A lot of fear, a lot of, external factors influencing how we function, a lot of concern for the external, for the physical. And it really is like all about what it looks like, right? And I think that as we enter into this next phase of humanity, it's time to go inward. And this is the Hermit card, right? It's time to figure out what you want out of your life. It's time for you to go within and stop paying attention to what's going on outside. Take social media breaks, take news breaks, right? Reduce your exposure to outside influence and become connected to who you really are. Go out in nature. And the Hermit card really encourages you to connect to nature and encourages you to connect with the oneness that connects us all, right? So this is really good for 2023, and really good in the sense that 2020 was the year of our trauma, right? Our collective trauma happened in 2020, right? And then 2021 was us calibrating to that trauma and trying to evolve with the experience of the trauma, with the knowledge of the trauma, and trying to sort of navigate how do we go from this insane, crazy 2020 life and energy and everything that happened, and how do we navigate into a better future, a safer future, a future that includes everyone, that's more compassionate and kind and more nurturing for the human population, right? That's what we want. And so 2021 is really still a lot of struggling, a lot of disconnecting from the anger and discontent of 2020, but still we're processing the emotions. We're still going through the phases of grief, of all the things that we've lost, of the expectations that we had about where our life may or may not have been if not for that sort of like 2-year blip that it feels like we all kind of lost a lot, and yet somehow society is expecting us to just get right back to normal. But it doesn't work that way. We need to process that grief. We need to process that transition, and we need to continue the transformation, which continues into 2023 and 2024. And I'll say that 2023, like I said, is really about getting clear on who you are, on what you want, and on how you are going to move forward and embody everything you want to be, because that's how you're going to co-create your future, is by walking the walk, talking the talk, right? That's what you need to do in complete authenticity. You have to be who you are, regardless of judgment, regardless of, what consequences you may face. It's time for you to embrace who you are in this world, because you, as you are, as you were created, with all the perceived flaws that you think you have, you were created for your purpose in the exact specifications that you are supposed to be for your mission on this planet. All right. So 2023 energy, we all have to go within and really get clear on who we are and what we want, and stop wasting time. A couple of years ago, interestingly enough, and I'm going to tell this little story because I think it's helpful. Before Scott was diagnosed, about a year before, and I may have talked about this before, and it was about a year before he was diagnosed, or within the year, but I didn't know, obviously. He felt like he was already kind of something was up, but I said to him at the time, because I had watched a video, and I think it's probably on one of the old Me First Mornings episodes. I'd watched this video by this gentleman who was talking about, like, what would you do if you had one day to live? And I'm pretty sure I talked about this on this show. And I was like, one day to live is like ridiculous, right? If I had one day to live, I'd just hang out with the people I love, and I wouldn't plant any seeds. I wouldn't, worry about my personal evolution. And I certainly wouldn't be worrying about what legacy I'm leaving behind. Like, it's one day. I don't give a shit. What's done is done. It's over, right? I just want to have a good time, love the people I love, and say goodbye, right? But if you had a year, if you had 1 year, if you knew that you only had 1 year left, how would you conduct that year? Where would you go? Who would you spend time with? What project would you work on to leave as your legacy? Is there anything in your list of, things to do and dreams and aspirations? Is there anything, and I want you to think about this, is there anything in your life that you would pause and be like, if I only had 1 year, I would definitely do this, right? And so I think that that's what 2023 is for you, for all of us, is what do you really want? What have you been putting on the back burner? What passion of yours have you been avoiding because of fear, because of judgment, because of expectations, because you're waiting for the right time? That's garbage. Garbage, okay? It's just a waste. You don't have as much time as you think you do. And when you realize that you don't have as much time as you think you do, then you really have no time. Now, I am not like, you have no time, get things done. What I'm saying is that every single day you are living your life. And how you live your life every single day is what you're going to look back on and reflect on, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. So what you're doing right now and how you are living your life and the choices that you're making and the energy with which you approach your life, is that something that you're proud of? Is that something that you feel connected to? Is that you being as authentic as you can be? Or is that you hiding? Is that you hoping that things work out in one way or another? Is that you hesitating, right? There's no more time for hesitation. And if you are unclear as to what to do or what your passions are, or if you've ignored yourself and your own needs for so long that you just have no idea what your purpose is, then that's where you start. You start by connecting with yourself. And in fact, going back to the Me First Morning method, you go back to your ABCs. Right away, start doing your ABCs. Now, A is an action you've been avoiding, which it takes care of the mind, right? It clears the energy of things that you haven't been taken care of. And B is doing something for your body. What does your body need from you the most, right? And you do that every day, and it may be different every day. It may be one day taking a walk, another day may be sleeping, another day may be eating certain type of food, another day it may be something else. And the last of the ABCs is creativity, is doing something creative. And that is where you are going to connect with your soul's purpose. What do you want to do when you have time? What is it the thing, or even ask yourself, what's the thing that you keep putting off that you really want to do, but you're trying to take care of all your responsibilities first so that you can truly relax and enjoy whatever it is that you want to do? What is that thing? And I want you to figure out how you can do that thing more and more and more, because that is your connection to bliss. That is your connection to your joy. And that is the connection to rebuilding the relationship with your inner child, which will work on integrating trust with the universe so that you can go about your day and go about your life, no matter what comes your way, knowing that you are divinely guided and protected. Okay, so I'm going to pull one more card, and I know I'm over in the show and I really need to wrap it up, but I did say I was going to pull two cards, and the first one was, what's the energy of 2023? And this last card that I'm going to pull is, what do we need to know in order to release whatever needs to be released for 2022 and to step in fully and authentically and unapologetically into 2023 to continue this transformation and personal evolution. And not just personal evolution, but our collective evolution, which we need to keep working towards, because that's important, man. You got to till the soil, plant the seeds, and watch new things bloom, right? And right now, we are energetically tilling the soil, right? We are getting rid of the old. We are tossing the things that we don't want. We're mixing it all up, right? But you don't get rid of everything when you till the soil, right? You just kind of blend it all together. I mean, there's certain things you probably do. Maybe I shouldn't be using this analogy, seeing as I'm terrible at gardening. But I am good at energy, so we'll just pretend that I know what I'm talking about. All right, so here we go. Ooh, this card popped out, so this is the one. Oh my goodness, I love this. Okay, so the card for the end of 2022 is the Queen of Pentacles. My God, the queen in anything, it's just like she's the boss. She is clear on who she is. She is confident. She is moving forward in her life, right? And the Queen of Pentacles, specifically, Pentacles is about the physical stuff. It's about the manifesting stuff that we care about, right? It's about the things that we want in our life. It's about creating opportunities. It's about creating the possibilities in our life, really, and participating in our life in such a way to make the opportunities and make these possibilities happen. All right, so let me read what the Queen of Pentacles is according to the This Might Hurt deck, which I really like, as I said. What does she say about the Queen of Pentacles? Because I really like some of her interpretations, so I like to use it. That's the page, that's the knight. Here, Queen. Oh, I love it. The Queen of Pentacles is our lady who has it all, okay? What a powerful energy to end 2022. I don't know what that means for us. Can women have it all? To this infuriating question, the Queen of Pentacles answers a resounding yes. The Queen is one capable bitch. She earns a decent income, keeps a beautiful home, and takes loving care of her family. She enjoys the material spoils of her labor and uses them to enrich her own life as well as the lives of her loved ones. If you are the Queen of Pentacles, it is time to channel all of her positive traits. How does she do it? The answer is stability. The Queen may seem capable of doing just about everything, but the truth is she has made calculated choices to build a life that is sustainable and within her means. She's not about to run off after an outrageous idea or a risky love interest. She is efficient, capable, and does not take irrational risks. Sometimes building this kind of fruitful stability requires sacrifice and a narrowed focus. If the Queen of Pentacles is someone in your life, she is likely someone incredibly nurturing. She is practical and reliable. She's a good friend and dedicated family member. If she has come into your life, then you are very lucky indeed. All right, so what I wanted to talk to you about this Queen of Pentacles energy, and then I'm going to wrap things up, is just this. And how 2022 needs to end for you in order for you to move forward into that hermit energy of 2023, and really being able to go within and figure out what you want and what you need. The Queen of Pentacles energy is the logical side of things. It is the the Virgo energy, shall we say. If my mom's watching, she'll laugh, right? It's the practical one. It's like, yes, I want to be happy. I want to go on a beach and I want to do all this, but, right? I want to be, finally I get to be the boss. Yes, Mom. So what you need to do is be realistic, right? And you have to acknowledge where you are first, right? So if you are someone in your life who is lacking in something, or you have some challenges, or you're just facing some difficult times, you have to be able to look at that and be like, okay, I want this over here, and I believe that this, I'm going to do it like on the screen so you can see it, I believe that this is possible, but there's a long road from where I am right now, which I love and appreciate, right? I love and respect who I am and where I am, right? And I also want to get here. And so how am I going to make that trip, right? And this is where the GPS word comes in, right? Because this is where you want to go. This is where you are. And how do you want to travel that distance, right? Do you want to do it with, you want to do it with diligence. And that's the Queen of Pentacles energy, right? Where she's plotting things out, where she's like, okay, I need to get a better job, or I need to change my hours, or I need to, and you start to analyze the things in your life that in order for you to get this, you have to figure out, how can I work this stuff? So if you're someone who's like, I want to get a promotion at work, you know what you might need to do in order to get that promotion. So you have to figure out, what's that path to the promotion? What's that path to your dream house? What's that path to a better relationship with your children? What's that path to financial stability or emotional stability? You have to decide what the path is based on how you want to feel during the whole experience, right? You don't want to beat yourself up and just berate yourself into becoming a better person. I mean, I'm not going to take that away from you if you're someone who functions that way. Some people do. And I'm not going to judge that, because everybody functions how they function. But how do you function? When you were in school, what teacher was able to kind of figure you out and get you to perform, right? Get you to work harder. What teacher did you want to show up for? How did they teach you? Were they nurturing? Were they really tough on you? Like, what works for you? And when you decide and when you know what works for you, whether you need some tough love because you've been really easy on yourself, which most people aren't, but let's just say that sometimes you need to make some sacrifices and choices that are uncomfortable. So do you need to double down on that? Or have you been working so hard that you need to actually double down on chilling the fuck out and relaxing and giving yourself a break? Only you can make that decision. But the Queen of Pentacles and this energy urges you to do what it is you need to do without any bullshit, without any judgment, without any garbage attached to it, and also without the influence of external forces. Because the Queen of Pentacles has a family that they need to take care of and will do the right thing without taking big risks, but will also make sure to take the steps with love and nourishment, right? In a way that's sustainable for everyone. So what is sustainable for you? What needs to happen in order for you to create consistency in your life for you to then achieve the success that you want or the transformation you want, right? What do you need to do to become more patient and loving with yourself? These are all things that you need to ask yourself as you end 2022. Take some time to either journal or think about it or take a walk through nature and allow the answers to come to you and through you. What do you need in order for you to thrive in 2023? And it's time for you to take note of that, and not just take note of that, take responsibility for taking care of yourself and not just everybody else, because you are a part of the people that you love and you need to take care of yourself first. Me first. All right. So I hope that was helpful and fun for all of you. Really It has been such an honor to show up here every day and just share my thoughts with you, share my Me First Morning method with you. I hope it's been helpful. If you like what you've been seeing, then please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Me First Mornings and spread the word to anyone who you think may benefit from this content. And don't forget to download your Calibrate Your Energy Quick Reference Guide. It is free and it will help you to calibrate your energy, to reduce some of your stress, and to help you find your GPS word so that you can navigate your life in a way that feels good and authentic and true to who you are. I truly wish you all the best, a wonderful, happy, safe, and healthy new year, and I will be back in 2023. Thank you so much. Have a great time. Bye.